Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager. It's Friday and that means it's time to return to Williams and we head to Miami for round 5 of our third season, the 2024 season. And our driver lineup of George Russell and Pierre Gasly has had mixed results so far. We do sit top of the Constructors' Championship, as you can see, by 5 points from Ferrari, but the Drivers' Championship tells a different story. Gasly has had a very rough start to the defence of his Drivers' Championship, and as such is being outshone by George Russell right now. Part of that is just down to a little bit of bad luck. He has been involved in a couple of incidents so far this season. Not everything has been his fault, but he has made a mistake or two as well. George has been super consistent. So it has given him a bit of an edge. As you can see, 20-point gap between our two drivers. George sitting second in the championship, 4 points behind Max Verstappen. Hopefully we can turn it around for Pierre going into Miami and also continue George's good run of form, and we can really start to stamp our authority on the championship again. We are on the day of the Grand Prix, so we have a quick look at our inbox. You can see everything is kind of ready to go. We do need to set our targets, but before we do that, it's been a while since we were here, so I want to have a quick look at the car again. Let's check parts first of all. We are good on parts. We don't need to make any emergency manufacturing. That's good. Let's have a look at development. We have a new rear wing on the way, and we've already started 2 separate research projects as well. Let's have a look at the car itself. We desperately need to reduce some of the drag and improve our top speed, but we are very, very good in the corners, as has become customary with the cars that we build. Our brake cooling is not bad. It needs a little bit of work. Our engine cooling is pretty rough, but apart from that, I think we've got a very, very strong car here. And let's check out the competition as well. So Ferrari up first. They do have a speed advantage over us, but we have an acceleration advantage, and you can see apart from low speed, we have a clear advantage over them in cornering. It's specifically in the high speed stuff. Pretty close in the DRS. They are better at braking and engine cooling than us. Let's have a look at Red Bull. Red Bull absolutely mighty in terms of top speed. You can see it is actually quite a significant difference in the speed there. You know, that's not insignificant, that amount. But their cornering is poor. Low speed cornering specifically, and that's going to hurt them in the second half of this Grand Prix in terms of the second half of the lap. This is what the Miami circuit looks like in terms of its breakdown. High speed in the first section, with a little kick of medium speed at the end of that first section, going into what is essentially flat out through most of sector 2, and then into the twiddly stuff at the end of the sector, leading to another flat out section and more twiddly stuff. And that is where Red Bull are going to kind of suffer a little bit. It's going to make it interesting. Their speed on those flat out sections is going to be offset by the fact that they're going to be very poor accelerating out of those low speed corners. So hopefully we can capitalize on that. How are we doing, guys, in the chat? Mr. Water, Jeremy, good to see you guys both. In terms of performance reviews, let's see. We're going to get both cars into Q3, I hope. We said that last time and we didn't. Qualifying position, I'm pretty confident of a strong finish, but I'm going to go 2 in the top 3 for qualifying. I'm not going to say we're definitely going to get a 1-2, but I think we're going to be up there. Obviously, we're going to get both cars into Q2. We have the pace for that. Fastest lap is the incentive. We are going to go for a 1-2 finish. And then we have our streaks. The incentive streak is 2 cars in finishing in the top 4 for 2 races. It's a very low paying streak, but it's only 2 races. And the quali streak, 2 in the top 4 for 5 races. We are 1 race down on a potential 2.3 3 million payout there. So let's go to the Grand Prix.
We're in the state of year-round summer. It's the Miami Grand Prix, and we're here in Florida at the Miami International Autodrome. The streets of Miami Gardens will come alive with the roar of racing, and the excitement is only just beginning. Spectacle is the name of the game here in Miami, with a stadium at the heart of this track. With long straights and S-bends, not unlike Suzuka's Sector 1, proper ERS management is sure to give drivers an edge towards victory. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Oh, we have a predicted for race day. It'll be interesting to see where that falls and for how long. But dry quali and dry practice. So let's get started straight away with that. Let's start with looking at the car parts. In terms of engines, we have tried to look after our engines where we can. So we're at 67% on George's engine, which isn't bad for race 5. And a little bit less for Pierre as a result of the shunt that he had earlier in the season. ERS modules, again, a little bit more wear on Gasly's car because of the shunt, and for gearbox, again, a little bit more wear, but it's not too bad. We are going to take Gasly out of the car for this session and put Behrman in. It's Gasly's turn to sit out. And let's look at our setups. So that's what the sliders look like for car 1. And let's have a look at the sliders for car 2. Okay, so car 1 is going to want the lesser of the wing angles of the two. So we're going to go quite aggressive. I'm going to go with a 13 rear wing as opposed to the usual 13 and a half. I'm going to go 8.5 on the front wing. I'm going to go 1.9 on the roll bar. Minus 3.35 on the camber and 0.55 on the toe. That's the setup we're going with Gasly's car, and we're going to go 17 laps of fuel. I think 17 is the ideal number for this circuit here. Okay, and for George's car, we're going to go a little bit more conservative. I'm going to go with a 6.5 on the front, a 13.5 on the rear, a 4.6 on the roll bar, a 3.45 on the camber, and a toe of 0. So very, very different style setups. Both of those can yield a 100% setup rating. It's just luck of the draw as to whether or not they will be that, or no. So let's find out.
Okay, radio check. Yep. That's green light.
And there we go, both our cars out on track. How you doing, Marcel? Good to see you. As always, we're going to tell our drivers to look after the car.
Those curbs. Copy.
There we go. So we do actually have some real-life Williams news. For those of you who haven't seen, it was announced today that Williams chief strategist James Bowles, Mercedes chief strategist James Bowles is leaving the team and is going to become the new team principal, replacing the outgoing Jost Capito at Williams for next season. I think that's a very interesting choice. Obviously, he's going to have knowledge of the Mercedes engines to carry across, and he will go across with a lot of experience of running in a very well organised team. How good a job he's going to do stepping up to the, but yeah, I wish him well.
How is the balance, please?
Alright, feedback from Bearman, it's only good, which means it's going to be low. 54. Oof. Well, that's horrible. Let's call him in, get that changed straight
Do you
away.
think you benefit from another set?
91% though for Russell. That is much
Okay,
better.
understood.
How you doing, Farah? How are Williams doing for you tonight?
We've just had a car run wide.
Oh, okay. Very bad across the board here. So let's convert this. So it's going to be a 13.5 rear wing. I'm going to drop the front wing down to a 7.5. I'm going to change the roll bar to a 3.7. We're going to go 3.45 on the camber and a 0.15 on the toe. Let's have a look at that. So that's not enough of a change on the front wing, so let's drop that to a 7. Let's increase that to a 3.5. That's a big enough change on the front and rear wings, I think. That's a big enough change on traction and braking, and should be about right, maybe. I'm going to pull that in just a touch for the camber. Let's give that a go and see how that works. You got your first underfloor in. Yeah, that will make a big difference. The underfloor is by far the part that delivers the most performance improvement on a car. This is why I'm limiting us to just 2 major upgrades with our challenge mode series when it comes to underfloors. Well, all parts really, but specifically underfloors, because if you just build underfloor after underfloor after underfloor, you can massively overdevelop the car compared to the competition. Alright, so we need to change the roll bar here. Let's convert that to a 3.7 as well. I'm going to push the front wing up to a 7. Leave the rear wing alone. Let's make a little tweak. So I'm going to go back to a 6.5. Can't quite fit the way I want it to. I don't know if that's going to work. What about if I were to go to a 7.5? That does break my rear wing. Too much for me to compensate without moving the front wing again. Alright, we're going to have to go with that as a gamble, I think, and hope that that's going to fix that setup. Shouldn't need big changes. We had a 91%, I think it was. Yeah, 91%. Okay, there we go. Just having a look once again at the leaderboards. Yeah, once again, we are the only team that's running a rookie. Or, yeah, a reserve driver. Obviously, Bashaw is a rookie, but he's a main driver. As is Porsche. Well, no, Porsche isn't a rookie anymore, is he? Ooh, do we have a crash?
Now we see the Williams here.
We did. Is that going to be a penalty for Gasly? I know it's Bearman in the car, but it will affect the penalty is on his car, so that will be a penalty for Gasly.
Will they be able to recover? We'll see.
if a
I was off
penalty is
there.
issued out. He didn't damage the car, which is the important thing. And yeah, there we go. That's a penalty, which will be applied to Gasly's car. So Gasly's going to get a 3-place grid penalty. That's not ideal.
What was the balance, please?
Okay, big improvement on Behrman's car, but still needs a bit of work. Let's call him in. Yeah, he's got his 4 points. Let's have a look what needs to be changed. Ooh, okay, so we didn't go enough. It's just about a 4-6. Kind of need to go that way and then pull it back a touch. Let's go to that. Let's try that and see how that works. This will be the setup that we run for Gasly's first run. We're not going to send Behrman back out today. And there we go, that's Russell's run finished. A bit of a mixed bag that session. Didn't quite get the setups nailed as much as we wanted. In fact, I never actually looked. What do we get to? 96. So we did make an improvement. But we did pick up a penalty for Gasly as well, which isn't great. So yeah, bit of a mixed bag. Okay, session 1 is in the books. Let's move on to session 2. Start by seeing what changes we need to make here. Yeah, it's just not quite there, is it? I don't think a 2.8 is the right way to go. I'm going to go back to a 4.6 and see if I can... No, I can't. That's too much. This one's going to puzzle me for a second. I've got to gamble on a front wing change and hope that I don't break the rear wing. Let's go with that. See how that works. We're going to go with hard tyres. We're going to go with, let's see, it's normally 17 laps. We're going to go with 25 laps of fuel. Gasly's going to need to run long in this session. So we're going to get him to run for 35 laps. And off we go.
Radio check, can you hear me?
Copy.
Alright, fingers crossed these changes that we've implemented will get Russell to 100 and Gasly as well for that matter. We need to just keep him out on track for the whole session. We're probably going to have to extend him by an extra lap or two at the end of his stint. Uh, 86. Oh, that is not good. Isn't that what we were on before? 86. Is it? Did it not save the change again? Don't do that to me. I need to run him long, so we're just going to have to. He's just going to have to grin and bear it and run for the whole session on an 86, and then we can look at him into 2 runs on the final sector. What about George? Boom.
How was the balance?
100. That's what we like to see. So, still not a great practice so far. Thank you for the drink there, Jeremy. Alright, so we want to get up to about 75% or so. Yep, that's perfect. His run's going to end about the time that we want it to. Perfect. Now we just got to wait for Gasly's run to finish. He is going to go to the end of the session. And because we're probably going to have to pit him mid-run in the next session, I need to make sure he runs all the way up to the flag in this one, get as much track knowledge as he possibly can.
Yuki is off.
Copy.
Wow, it doesn't seem no matter what file we're playing on, Yuki just crashes all the time.
We've just had a crash on the track. Let's take a look at the replay. Now just take a look at the McLaren.
Very clumsy.
Nasty crash there.
Oh, damn it, I wasn't quick enough. I was just distracted by something, and yeah, never mind. I meant to keep Gasly out.
2 cars out.
Another big crash.
Copy.
2 cars out, but still going. Who's crashed this? Don't tell me Yuki's
It's a
crashed
crash,
again.
and it's more than 1 car. We can take a look now. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
That's Lando behind him, not Yuki. And bang! Big shunt there from Leclerc into one of the Alpines. Not sure which one. Given how slow Vettel's going, I'm going to say it's Vettel.
Alright, buddy, good job once again. See you in the office shortly.
Alright, we've got 55% track knowledge for Pierre. Not ideal. Could easily have got him over 60 there, but Wasn't quick enough in keeping him out there. So Leclerc will now get a three-place penalty as well as Gasly.
Today we see.
That's good. That's one less car that we're going to have to fight to get past, potentially, in the race. Right. Yeah, I don't think that made any changes whatsoever, did it? Oh no, it did, because we just changed the front wing angle. Okay, so I'm going to have to change that again. That's going to break the rear wing. The rear wing, though. Possibly. I'm not convinced. Gonna go with that. Right, medium tyres. I'm gonna go 17 laps because we're gonna be pitting him. Actually, no. I'm gonna go with 35, 36 laps of fuel on the off chance that we do get this right first time, and then we can just leave him out. If we get it wrong, we can just call him in and make the changes and send it back out again. Just needs to be a short run for George. 22 laps should be enough. Right, off we go.
Radio check. Radio check.
Radio check, okay. Radio check, okay.
Oh,
Two
we've
cars
got another
out,
crash.
a lot of debris.
Okay.
There's been contact and several cars involved. Let's take a closer look. Taking a
Is that
look
Vettel again?
It involves Sebastian Vettel.
Once again, Vettel is the innocent bystander. This time he's taken out by one of the Astons. Not sure which one. And given that the game likes to break every time I activate the timing page to go up and down the driver order, not going to do that. So we'll just have to. Actually, we can look this way. It was Schumacher. Oh, but Shaw's got a penalty as well. Oh no, Stroll. That was Stroll's in an Alpha Tauri. Stroll's got a penalty as well. Wow, racking up penalties galore. Yeah, the AI does not retire unless the car has terminal damage to a part that forces it to retire, so like chassis or suspension. So if the AI runs out of front wings, they will keep going.
How is the balance, please?
Oh man, 85, we went backwards.
Very, very nice job.
Oh, this car setup's driving me crazy.
Copy that.
Yeah, the AI will just keep going if they have no replacement front wings. It's a little bit silly, but it is what it is. The AI just doesn't show, discretion as the better part of valor when it comes to retiring cars early if they're uncompetitive. They just keep going. Oh, we are definitely going the wrong way with everything there. So it's going to be a 6.5 on the wing, which means this has to be a 5.5. Now I need to pull that back that way. That's still great, but I'm not convinced. I'm gonna go there, I think. I kind of like to. This is one of the most challenging car setups I've had for a long time. Every change I've just made no progress whatsoever. Let's go with that. This is the last roll of the dice. Let's see, we've got 30 something. Yeah, let's go 22 laps. That should be enough for the last 33 minutes or so. Oh, another crash. That's a Mercedes.
Yellow.
It's Bottas and he's out.
They crashed out! Let's have a look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. There's the crash.
Oh, yeah, that's destroyed the suspension. Which means that car has to retire.
The team are devastated.
So, to give you an example of the AI retiring versus not retiring, Imola is a great example of this. Turn 7, Tosa. It's that tight left-hander that goes up the hill after the long sweeping opening sector of the lap. And the AI locks up there a lot and goes into the wall and breaks their front wing. More often than not, they also damage either the chassis or the suspension, or both, with minor damage, depending on how fast they went into the wall. Now, if they've broken their front wing and they've done minor chassis and suspension damage, they'll just carry on. If they've got spare wings, they will pit and they will put a fresh front wing on, but obviously you can't change the suspension or the chassis during the race. So it's just going to be a yellow flag, no virtual safety car, no full safety car, just that car will be in the wall for a bit and then it will respawn on the track. It will go around, pit if it has spare front wings to change the front wing, and then carry on again. If that same car later in the race crashes into that same corner, it's going to break the front wing again. Now, if it hasn't got any front wings left, it'll still keep going, but odds are it's also going to do additional damage to either the suspension or the chassis or both, which is then going to put that car into mandatory retirement, and that is what's going to trigger that car retiring and probably a VSC. In rare occasions, maybe a full safety if it's a turn 7 crash, but it's usually a VSC if it's a retirement at turn 7. So that's, if you're ever wondering why sometimes you'll just get yellow, most of the time you'll get yellow flags at turn 7, and occasionally you might get a virtual safety car. That's the reason why. Because that car has taken too much damage to the chassis or the suspension and has forced that car to retire. Which means a VSC comes out to clear the obstacle off the track. Alright, Russell's done, 100 on everything. Gasly, this one is a real head scratcher. I'm hoping this has nailed it. I'm not confident that it's going to be 100, but it should be an improvement. I'm hoping for mid-90s. enough to get that performance bonus up. Another crash. Oh, 97. We were close. We were so close. Who's out now?
The balance, please. Let's see what happened there.
The second Mercedes.
Daniel Ricciardo
Crashing at the same corner that Yuki crashed at and has already caused...
a definite collision there.
Oh no, it wasn't Bottas crashing there. Bottas crashed earlier in the lap. But that is more broken wings for Mercedes. So Mercedes could have a real issue if they break wings in this race. Because that's at least 2 that they've broken. And I'm going on the assumption that the AI keeps a stock of 4 of each part at each race. I don't know if that's the case, but that's my assumption. So that means they don't have any spares now, and if they break one, then no replacement front wing.
We'll get some comments when you're back in the garage and plugged in.
Alright, we got him up to 15 out of 15. So, I could tweak that setup just for the sake of tweaking it. I'm not going to. And let's have a look at the penalties. So we know Leclerc has a penalty. We know we have a penalty. Schumacher has a penalty. And Gasly has a penalty. I thought there were more penalties than that. Where did the rest of them go? What happened to Vachon having a penalty? And Stroll having a penalty? What happened to them? That's odd. That's very odd. I did wonder why they were given penalties. I didn't see them cause any accidents. Maybe they were just a glitch to initially show them with a penalty. So there is Gasly's 3-place penalty for quali. Let's have a look at swapping out some parts. I'm going to go ahead and put in a fresh gearbox for both cars. But I'm going to leave engines and ERS as they are. I'm trying to think what's next. Barcelona. Yeah. Okay, so let's start quali.
And radio check.
Yeah, all good.
And green light.
Looks like we might have a bit of traffic. Sainz is probably going to get in the way. Possibly Schumacher. Oh, we're going to get caught with Sainz at the worst possible place on the track, I think. Oh, no, we got away with it. We'll get him on the back straight. Russell gets held slightly. But not much, and that's enough to get us through. So let's see what the AI does, and let's see who is at risk of getting knocked out. Okay, so we have an advantage over the Red Bulls. That's going to be our pace through the slow stuff, I think. It's going to give us that edge, and the high-speed stuff. Possibly. We definitely have the edge in the high-speed stuff over Ferrari. They are further off with Sainz than I was expecting, although Sainz's beginning of this lap was probably compromised a little bit, so he will probably improve. At the moment, Porsche is at the bottom of the grid. It's a bit of a surprise. I thought he'd be a little higher than that. The final run's coming up. Bottas is low down the order at the moment. Must have been held up on his lap. Oh, and he's behind Porsche. That could compromise him. I don't think it'll compromise him enough to knock him out, but it will certainly stop him from being as high as he probably could be. And we actually saw there, who's that behind Schumacher? Stroll. Stroll is being compromised by Schumacher here. So Stroll is not going to get out of the session, I don't think. He's going to be held up and blocked. Verstappen jumps up onto second. Sainz does improve by a couple of tenths, about 0.3 of a second. Bottas jumps up to 5th and then goes 6th as Leclerc goes 2nd, very close to Gasly. Stroll did manage to make it out. I didn't think he would, but there you see, top 2 at the moment, both with penalties, and then Schumacher at the back. Have we lost another penalty off the grid? Or am I just imagining things there? Something very strange is going on, I think. Right, scrub tyres for second run.
Radio check, can you hear me?
Copy.
We'll send Gasly out first this time. Alright, I think we'll be alright in terms of traffic. I don't think we'll get caught up to the back of Porsche in time to throw us off. And there we go. That's about as close as you can get. 0.02 of a second. Let's see what the AI can do. Wow, Porsche got a slipstream off back of Leclerc, and look at that, he actually went faster than Leclerc. I can't believe Porsche's in third.
We've had a crash.
Oh.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now just focus on the Haas.
Magnussen up to his old tricks.
That crash is terrible news for the team.
Alonso has gone fast as well. Alfa Romeo suddenly super competitive. Where did that come from? They're not using new engines. They're using engines that are about the same wear as ours. Okay, now they're starting to fall down the order a bit, but again, look how close it is. Just 6/10 separating the current top 10, and it's going to get closer because Leclerc, Perez and Bottas are all going to improve. That's one of the things I'm really enjoying about this season so far, is just how close the grid has become. So it looks like everyone's got enough space. No one is going to get a slipstream, or at least not a significant one. No one's going to get held up.
Alright buddy, good job once again. See you in the office shortly.
Porsche does not improve, not surprising there, given how fast he is. Alonso does improve. Wow, look at that. Oh wow, that is a monster lap from Verstappen. And Sainz as well. I know everyone else is setting their times on new tyres now, compared to our scrubs. But yeah, that's some big jumps in time there. Verstappen and Sainz just half a second faster than the rest of the field there. Alright, final quali. And we have brand new tyres for this one. And we're going to wait till the end of the session.
Okay, radio check.
Which is always a risk.
Yeah, good.
Okay, rest of the field is slowly dribbling out. Perez is trying to get a slipstream off Leclerc. And because it worked so well last time, we are going to send our two boys out together, rather than putting them in clear air. Right, we've got plenty of space to the cars in front, so if there is a yellow flag, it shouldn't affect us. Alright, purple in the first. 128.7 is the target. Look how close it is between the top 4 right now. Just 0.04 of a second separating the top 4 teams. Oh, now we're starting to see some changes as they're crossing the line. Perez with a mighty lap because he got that slipstream off the back of Leclerc. That's jumped him 3.5 tenths clear. Russell can't really get much closer to the back of Gasly without actually mounting his gearbox there. Getting a monster slipstream. This should get him pole. It doesn't! Wow! Maybe he was a bit too close. So, I said we were going to get 2 in the top 3, and we didn't. So we failed one of our sponsor objectives already. We got 2 in the top 4. And Gasly, with that 3-place penalty, is going to start in 7th. And Leclerc is going to start in 6th. Okay, bit of work to do.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Qualifying went well for Williams, as attested by their strong position on the grid. Now it's all about finding that edge for the race itself. We saw a reasonably good qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they certainly have a good chance to capitalize during the race. There's been some light rainfall throughout the day, which means that teams will want to make good use of the intermediate tyre.
57 laps await our competitors here in Miami, so may the best driver win.
So, looks like we're starting on wets. We are. Inters right from the beginning. It may have a little spell on the full wets, but I think that's going to stay inters all the way through, and then we're going to change probably around about lap 26, 27 onto dries. So let's get rid of all of these because these are all useless. I'm going to add a new stint in around lap 26, 27. We could go hards, so let's have a look at that. What we could also do is go either soft or soft medium. Let's have a look at a soft. We could just about make a soft work. What's the difference in time? Oh, it's 7 seconds slower. No, 5 seconds slower. That's a surprise. Okay, let's see what would happen if we were to go mediums and do that. That improves it by 4 seconds. So that then puts it on a par. I think I might go with that strategy for George and that strategy for Pierre. Or actually, no, it might be better to do it the other way around. George does have the better tyre wear, so he'll have much better looking hards at the end of that long stint than Pierre would. Yeah, let's put George on that strategy. We can always switch it up on the fly if we need to. If the rain stops earlier than expected, or if it goes on longer than expected, we can make some tweaks and changes. Switch him onto the other strategies. So, and same with Pierre, we can always convert him back onto the one stop. So we're going to start with the same predicted setup there of a lap 27 change, and then we're going to do a medium on lap 27, finishing on a set of softs. And we'll start him on that strategy. So that's our race strategy set. We're going to take a lap of fuel out of the car for both cars. We're taking 1.8 kilos out. Okay. How you doing, Anthony? Good to see you. You're just in time for the race. And yeah, that's what we're going to go with. So let's see how this shakes out. Oh, we're in 6th. I thought we'd be in 7th.
A smattering of rain, and the driver's now in position and waiting for the lights. And here we've got George Russell. A second place start for them today. They're in with a real chance. Next for the team, it's Pierre Gasly. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. The teams are ready to go. And this is it, the Miami Grand Prix.
Okay, someone else has taken a penalty then, because Leclerc is one step further forward.
It's lights out, and away we go.
Very good job.
Alright, Gasly's immediately up to 5th. Excellent start for him.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
I do want to get ahead of Perez to try and control the pace of the Grand Prix a bit. Oh, that Red Bull's so quick in a straight line. Go on up the inside. Be brave. Good lad.
Okay,
And
good job.
completes
Good
the move.
space there.
Good stuff. Right, let's try and get Gasly
There's an
past
overtake
Sainz.
from Williams.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
See Russell having to go defensive a bit further up the grid there. No way through yet. Let's give him some extra tyre.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
Copy.
When we get out the slipstream of that Ferrari and it actually starts to edge away from us slightly. Ah,
Okay,
we killed the
look after
battery.
backflip, yeah, we're very low now.
Yeah.
Alright, so Gasly's just going to have to hold station for now.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the front, Russell is holding off both of the Red Bulls nicely at the moment. And see how quickly Perez just closes up on the back of us. The combination of the slipstream and that superior top speed from the Red Bull, it's a bit of a rocket ship in a straight line. But we do get the better launch out of the corners, and we can carry more speed through the corners as well. Ooh, that looks like a McLaren spinning. It's Norris.
It's just a yellow.
We can take a look now. Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Very
The
unusual
car's
spin.
just gone. The team are really disappointed.
Right, a bit of a gap has opened up from Sainz to Verstappen. So we're going to see if we can capitalise on that.
Charge off, good job.
Yeah, copy.
That Ferrari has fallen out of the slipstream of the Red Bulls.
And we can use the deploy.
Copy.
Push hard, push hard.
Yeah.
Okay, Pierre, we don't have enough battery.
Okay.
Go on up the inside. Good lad. You got a little bit of battery. There you go. Squeeze on through. Excellent stuff.
You're doing a good job. Need to drop the pace.
Okay.
Right, so hopefully Gasly can start to
And
reel
new
in
position, just
Verstappen
gained
a
by
little bit.
Williams.
If necessary, I could use Russell to back up the Red Bulls a little bit. I might do that, depending on how well Gasly can do over the next couple of laps. And you can see the advantage we have over Red Bull in the slow stuff. We just gained, what, 3-4 tenths of a second through there. Alright, there we go. So, let's try and get a little bit of battery back into his car.
Charge on, charge on.
Okay.
And then we can look at trying to find a way past Verstappen. Oh, wow. Perez is all over the back of Russell right now. He's able to pull out that extra couple of tenths through the Mickey Mouse section that protects him along the back straight.
Charge off.
Yeah.
Gonna have intermittent laps of charging and not charging for Gasly. Need to protect him from sides behind, not leave him too vulnerable. The best way we can do that is to stay close enough to get the tow from Verstappen. To negate the tow that Sainz is getting from us. Wow, Bottas is behind Ricciardo. That's going to be holding up Bottas. I think it's going to be like that for a few laps yet. Right, Verstappen is being dropped and Perez is having a look. Russell slams the door shut.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Copy.
This little pack at the front six. Very, very finely balanced at the moment.
Reminder, charge off.
Copy.
Alright, so we need to let Gasly just run like this for a couple of laps now. Without charging up. Let him get back onto the back of Verstappen. And we're going to see that Red Bull just start charging up to the back of us again. Here it comes.
That was a very good lap.
Copy.
Some resolute defending from Russell there, and a new fastest lap for Gasly. And we are threatening to drop the Ferraris. Oh, no, they're back in it again. Alright, let's see if we can split those Red Bulls.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
Let's go for a push.
Okay.
Again, you can just see that straight line speed of the Red Bull.
And keep an eye on the battery.
We only have enough battery for one attacking lap, really. Alright. Gotta charge up again.
Need to drop the pace.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the pressure on, though. Let's take a look at the weather. Okay, so we are going to get a little bit of a spike. It's going to go wet very briefly, but not long enough to justify us switching compounds. Question is, will the AI take that gamble? I think the majority of the field's going to stay on inters, but we might see one or two switch onto wets. Russell with the new fastest lap. No, Verstappen's taken it. I think we had it for about a fraction of a second there. Track is drying up, but this is only temporary. Oh, DRS has been enabled. Okay, now we are going to be vulnerable.
Okay.
Okay, for whatever reason... it's already started raining again. I was going to say, I'm wondering why the flaps on the Red Bulls hadn't opened. Because we immediately started going back above 1.0 on the water again. Went back to a damp track.
Very good luck.
And now we're going to get that little period where the track makes that move to damp, from damp to wet, I think. Maybe it's just going to stay damp.
Okay, it's recharge on.
Copy.
Bottas still stuck behind Ricciardo, and they are now 5.5 seconds off the back of this battle and holding up everybody behind.
So a recharge off. Copy.
Oh, this is the closest Perez has come. We have the inside line. And we can hold the position. Perez might have another look into turn one. Not close enough.
Recharge on, please recharge on.
Copy.
I'm doing this with Russell to try and help keep Gasly within range while he's charging up. I didn't really need to charge up George. He had enough battery in there for a good lap and a half's worth of full push, but it helps keep the pace of the Red Bulls lowered a little bit. And I was trusting in George's ability to defend. But getting his battery up to full is always a nice little bonus for that.
Charge off, charge off.
Copy.
Alright, I'm just going to let Pierre inch his way up to the back of Verstappen, and then we're going to have another crack at trying to get past him.
Only can use and deploy.
Copy.
Oh, that Red Bull's just so fast in a straight line. I can't do anything about getting past him because he's getting a slipstream off his teammate. Or at least not there anyway. Maybe here. Go on. Throw it up the inside. There we go. We're through. Finally.
Good job.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So we fought Gasly all the way back up into third. And by doing that, we have kind of broken a gap to the Ferraris as well. If we can hold that gap for the next half a lap. No. They just close it massively in the braking there. I was going to say, if we could have held that gap through this section, we might have been able to break away from them. But they just gobbled up that gap on the braking there. Right, we predicted lap 27 as our pit lap. Let's see how accurate that prediction is going to be.
Not expecting more rain in this session.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So the track is already drying up, so it's not going to be lap 27, it's going to be earlier than that by the look of it. It says dry at 12 minutes there, but I think it might dry up before that. So we need to be ready to react. And because Russell is controlling the pack, I will probably pick Gasly first. Let's start charging Gasly's battery back up so that
Charge on.
Copy.
he's going to have full battery to push when he needs to. George already has full battery, that's excellent stuff, so we don't have to worry about him. This has been a really close, intense 21 lap battle so far. The top six are still separated by just 2.5 seconds. Track is definitely getting drier. I'm going to go one more lap and then I'm probably going to double stack.
Come on.
Yep, fine.
Gonna try and open up a gap between our two cars now.
Feedback on conditions. People are talking about dry now. We are close to dry.
Copy.
Charge off.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed, rain, stop.
Yeah.
Charge on for now.
Okay.
Oh, we completely screwed over Verstappen there, and both Ferraris are coming in as well. They are double stopping. Oh, Sainz got held by both the Ferraris. Gasly gets out nice and quick. Oh man, look at Leclerc getting screwed over there. We've got a yellow flag.
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car. Let's take a closer look. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
Oh wow.
And there we see
I've
the
not seen
crash.
that crash before. That's a new one on me. Right.
Charge off.
In all the excitement, I never saw what other tyres cars were going onto. Let's have a look. So it looks like everyone who's pitting is going hard. So they're going for the one stop. Russell has a comfortable lead over Perez now. Gasly's going to have a pace advantage. Oops. Over Perez. And the DRS. Now I need to sprint away. Verstappen finally boxes. There are two Mercedes in front. Are they both boxing? Bottas does. And Ricciardo does. So they are double stacking.
Good job.
Okay, we need some deployed.
Yeah.
We have a comfortable gap to the Ferraris now. Verstappen gets out ahead of Leclerc. Oh, Bottas and Ricciardo dropping a long way down the order. They both missed out quite badly in the round of pit stops here. Gasly's through.
Very good job.
So now I need to push hard. I need to make sure that Perez doesn't get me back here. Need to break away from Perez as quick as possible. As soon as I get onto the back of George, I'm going to start pushing George as well. And then Perez are going to sprint. And then I'm going to swap them over. And let Gasly sprint off, because he's obviously got to go fast. He's got to make this two-stop work.
That was a very good lap.
Okay, that could have gone better. It could definitely have gone better, but it's not the end of the world. Let's. Why am I not on?
Copy.
That's because I pitted before the pit window. That's why. If you pit before the pit window opens up, it cancels out your strategy. George will make those tyres last to the end. The question is, how much faster can Gasly go?
And keep an eye on your battery.
Yeah.
At the moment, the answer is not
No,
fast
PRS.
enough. Where's his pace
copy.
gone?
Okay, charge on.
Okay.
Alright. We need to get George charged up to have another attempt at breaking away, but to do that, I need to get him into
Keep an eye on the
Gasly's
fuel,
DRS
please.
to give him protection.
Copy.
So recharge on, please.
Copy.
Oh, is Russell at risk? He is.
Okay, well, no risk.
That's not ideal.
Red Bull gained a place.
Perez is just so quick here today. Oh, he's using a much fresher engine. No wonder he's so fast. Look at that. His engine's at 84%. Ours is in 60 and 50.
Watch for fuel.
Copy.
No wonder he is so much faster than us in a straight line. Alright, that just made Gasly's task of winning this race so much harder
Okay, keep it clean. Focus
with
on the
that
pace.
knowledge.
Red Bull moved up.
Starting to regret going with the two-stop for Gasly now.
Good job.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Don't tell me we can't do anything.
Don't worry about it, Pierre. We'll get him in a minute. I do have a plan, but I need both my drivers charged up. Russell's almost there.
Okay, you can go charge off.
Okay.
And you can use the deploy.
Copy.
Very good job, Pierre.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Can we get enough of a gap? Not quite. Keep pushing, Gasly, you're almost there.
Let's lift off, please.
Copy.
Come on, George, throw it at the inside. Alright, we broke the 1 second.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Copy.
Give us a bit more lift off, please.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Battery is on the low side.
Okay.
Just completely ignores the don't hold, don't let anyone through.
Still all to play for.
Red Bull gained a place.
Okay, push. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm hopeful that Gasly's natural pace here will be enough to stay ahead and faster than Perez, but given the engine disparity here, I'm not all that confident. Gasly's going to be fighting, I think, for 3rd place. I think his fight is with the 2 Ferraris. I don't think it's contention for the win. The win is the battle between Russell and Perez right now. I need to put pressure on Perez, make him go defensive without actually overtaking him. God, even without DRS, he just gobbles up the tarmac. Look, he's back within DRS at Gasly already. I can't beat Gasly. I can't beat Perez with Gasly. I just don't have that pace. That's a worry.
Ciao, John.
Gasly's going to be rapid at the end of the race, but he's going to have to fight his way past Verstappen and the 2 Ferraris to get back on the podium. Russell's the only one of the 2 drivers in contention for the win here. Unless we get a safety car. Safety car will change everything.
Yeah. So frustrating.
Red Bull moved up.
And keep going with the lift off. You're doing very good job. Keep going with the lift off.
Okay.
Lift and coast required.
Copy.
Go recharge off when you're ready.
Copy.
Recharge back on, please. Recharge on.
Copy.
This is definitely one of the more intriguing battles that I've had.
Let's go recharge off. Recharge off.
Copy.
So, given my lack of pace, I think what I might have to do is bring him in early. Gasly's tyres are going to start falling away soon.
Let's go recharge on.
Yeah, copy, all good.
Let's go recharge off.
Yeah.
Let's start looking after George's tyres a bit as well, seeing as we're not going to be making any real progress for a while. Let's give him more rubber at the end of the race.
No lift and coast required.
Yeah, roger.
Watch for fuel.
Yep.
Charge off.
Okay.
Need to drop the pace.
Right, first back marker coming up. That's Joe in front of us. Right, where would we come out if we were to pit now? Somewhere around Alonso and Albon. Somewhere in that battle, I think.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Copy.
Ah, damn it. I was oh, yeah. Joe has lost a front wing look and hasn't got a spare to replace it. And he's just cost me a huge amount of time. It just cost me 2 seconds.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Yeah.
So given that Perez is running a much better engine in terms of life than we are, that has confirmed the decision I was thinking about, which was to put fresh engines in for the next race in Barcelona. That is now definitely going to happen. And the engines we're using today will now be relegated to practice sessions only.
Box, 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 box.
Alright, so we've been able to use Gasly's pushing here to act as a bridge and get Russell back into the DRS of Perez. While still protecting his tyres as much as possible.
Yeah, in the box.
Okay, understood.
Alright, so where are we going to come out? I thought somewhere around Alonso is likely. It's just about to go past the pit entrance now. We might get out ahead of them. That would be ideal. If we can avoid getting involved in that scrap, we can. We're not far off the back of Verstappen and Leclerc, actually. That's really, really good.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
Coming.
Alright, so with Russell we just need to be very patient now.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Play that waiting game. Look after the tyres and the car as much as we can. Pick our moment and then push past and sprint. Gasly is going to need to be a bit more aggressive. He's got about 16 seconds to make up to get back on the podium. And we've got 17 laps to do it. How many laps down is Joe now? Let's have a look. Only one lap. It's not been a race with a lot of overtaking, but it has been a race with a lot of intrigue. You know, so close for the first 20 odd laps. You know, first 21, 22 laps, all the top 6 separated by just 2.5 seconds. And obviously the rain came a little earlier than we thought it would, and that kind of broke the pattern up a little bit. And we've had these little breakaway groups, but we've got a real head-to-head battle between Russell and Perez. Verstappen, you know, battling at the moment over 4th with Leclerc. He's going to lose the lead of the championship, even if things stay as they are. Gasly's bringing himself back into contention in terms of points for moving back up the grid a little bit, and we're going to get some really big points in the constructors again. Just need to clear these two as quick as we can. Can I get them both here? I'll settle for just one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! 3 wide! And we do get them both. Oh, that's glorious. No! 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 Ooh, kept it out the wall. Good lad.
The brakes are really poor.
They're not that poor. He just went in too hot.
Okay, understood.
Alright, are we going to go 3 wide again? No.
Doing very well. Come on, keep it up.
Can't get round this time.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Alright, we're up the inside of Leclerc. And now we're going to run on Verstappen.
We don't have enough battery.
Okay.
Good job, Pierre.
We're up the inside just as we run out of battery. Excellent stuff. There we go. Right. Whew. 6.5 seconds up the road to get to sites. And then we're back on the podium.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Oh, Russell actually got ahead of Perez. I didn't even see that. I wonder how long that's been.
And you can use the deploy.
Okay.
Watch for fuel.
Copy.
Okay, Pierre, we don't have enough battery.
Copy.
Yeah, copy. There's only so much I can do.
Gonna have to harvest for a lap or two, I think, with Gasly, and then we'll be able to sprint away. Just don't quite have enough pace at the moment without that battery. But we should have enough pace to stay ahead with those fresher tyres. Speaking of fresher tyres, we've got a 5% wear rate advantage now over Perez. And even like this, we are still closing the gap to Sainz. I'm just wary of dragging Verstappen along with us, given the risk of, given the opportunity to get more points out of the Grand Prix. I think we just stole the DRS off him. Nope, we didn't. He got the DRS. Okay. We should close that back up.
Gained a place.
Very good job.
In hold position for this lap.
Williams.
There we go.
Charge off.
Alright, now let's see if we can break away. They're going to reel me back in a bit through here, but I'm hoping that with the DRS deployment, the ERS deployment and the tyre push through this twiddly section where we have a definite pace advantage over the Red Bulls, we should hopefully be able to drop Verstappen before the next DRS line. We have. We've done it. We've broken away.
Need to drop the pace.
Yeah.
So just 2 seconds now to get back to the podium. We're going to try and do the same kind of thing. We're going to try and charge up a little bit behind sights and then sprint away from him. Again, we don't want to drag him into the fight. It's not impossible for us to actually get back onto the fight between Russell and Perez here as well. It's going to be very, very tight.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Okay.
Okay, charge on.
Okay.
Wow, I wasn't even trying to overtake there and we almost made the move. Time to sprint again.
Everybody, nice work, keep it up.
You're doing a good job. And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
Copy.
It's close. I think we can get back up. We could potentially get Gasly back into contention for the top two here.
need to drop the pace.
Okay.
I'm broken away from sights. It's a 5-second gap. 7 laps to go, including this one. We're going to catch him, I think. Oh, someone's locked up. Is that going to bring out a safety car? No, just a yellow flag. That is one of... Oh, it's Schumacher, and if he's broken his wing, that means he's screwed as well. Yeah, he has. It's not major. He's just lost the front wing end plate, but he can't pit that and replace that because there are no spare front wings, otherwise Joe would have had it already. We're building up to another barnstormer finish. Both drivers have driven supremely well today, but Gasly's definitely put in a champion's drive.
Okay, 5 laps remaining.
Right, what's Perez's tyres looking like? 38%. Are we going to see any of these drivers in the 30s make their tyres go all the way to the end, or are they going to have to... Or are they going to panic into a quick dash on for softs? It's going to ruin their race if they do.
Okay, buddy, nice work.
Ciao, John.
Okay.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
A little bit more lift up, please.
Okay.
Red Bull gained a place.
4 laps remaining.
Let's lift off, please.
Yeah.
Let's push, come on.
Copy.
We are seeing pit stops. Ricardo and Porsche both died into the pits. That's got to be for soft tyres. It is. Joe is pitting for soft tyres. He's not going to get a new front wing though. Does this mean Perez is going to pit this lap? No, he's staying out.
Laps to go.
Yeah, copy.
Russell sweeps on through.
Charge off.
Yeah.
Awesome, keep it up.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Yeah.
Got another yellow flag out there somewhere.
I think we've had a car run wide. Let's have a look. Watch this. There's Leclerc.
It's just going to be a little corner cut, isn't it?
They
Oh,
go
actually, it's quite a
wide,
severe
right
corner
off
cut.
the racing line.
So that promotes Verstappen back up to 5th.
Good job.
Norris pits. Gasly trying to find a way past his teammate. Wants his first win of the season.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
Yep, fine.
Okay, look after the battery, Pierre. We're very low now.
Copy.
2 laps remaining.
Copy.
Alright, you're free to race, lads. Just please don't hit each other. This race could come down to whoever has second place crossing this DRS line on the final lap, winning the race. And there's traffic in front.
Next lap, last lap.
Copy.
Is Gasly going to be able to pull this off? He's got better tyres. But he's got less engine power. And crucially, he's ahead, which means Russell's going to have the DRS. And there's traffic coming up as well. It's the 2 knackered Aston Martins. Right, so Russell will have DRS for the final straight. We've had another lockup. It's another Aston Martin crash.
Oh, and that's a crash.
Joe dives out of the way as the two Williams boys comes through. Schumacher decides he wants to take another bit off his wing.
Nobody else was involved.
Here we go. This is the fight for the victory. Oh, and of course Gasly gets DRS. I think that's it. I think Gasly has it. What a champion's drive from Pierre Gasly. What a race.
And it's Gasly, first over the line, and today's winner. We can take a look now. Pierre Gasly finishes in first place.
All credit to the team for the car they put together. But without that incredible and consistent driving, it'd all be for nothing.
That was absolutely incredible from Gasly there. I didn't think he'd have enough pace to be able to get back in contention for the win, and he proved me wrong.
All right, good job.
Okay, so it'll be normal in-lap procedures, please, and normal switch-off procedures as well.
He was helped by Russell running at such a low pace for a long time to give him better tyres than Perez for the end fight. And every time he got in front, that slowed down Perez as well. It kept that gap smaller than it could have been. Made it easier for him to actually get back into contention, but he still had to do it.
Well, this weekend, Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars. Everyone involved in Formula One dreams of seeing their driver up there on the podium. The Frenchman was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here. It's the points that can make all the difference. A very impressive showing today for Williams.
It's really wonderful to see all the hard work they've been putting in paying off like this.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
So there wasn't a huge amount of overtaking in that Grand Prix, but it was a very tactical race, and we really managed to capitalise. Fantastic drive from Gasly. Ricciardo stealing the fastest lap at the end there by half a second. Yeah, he was on brand new softs, so not that surprising, I suppose. But yeah, what a great race for Gasly. You know, started sixth, got his way up to first, pitted onto mediums, did not have the pace to break away from Perez, and at that point it looked like his chances of winning the Grand Prix was over, and that he would be fighting with the Ferraris to get back on the podium for third, and it would be a battle, a two-way fight between Russell and Perez for the win. But he got himself back into contention. We changed up his strategy. Instead of going medium soft, we went medium after the rain had stopped, and it worked, and it had enough pace and life in the tyres to actually close the gap, get onto the back of that train, and then get in front. And we let them fight, and Russell gave it his best, couldn't quite do it, didn't quite have enough life left in those tyres to compete, with Pierre, but yeah, fantastic drive for both of them. So big winners of the race, obviously Gasly. Magnussen up 5 places, gets himself some more points. No massive losers. Ricciardo drops 5 places, but does pick up fastest lap, although he won't get a point for it because he wasn't in the top 10. Let's take a look at the Drivers' Championship. Russell continues his good form. Another podium for him. That's podium number 4 this season, and he retakes the top spot from Max Verstappen by 4 points. Very close between those two. Gasly moving up to 4th place, jumping Bottas, who failed to score. Disappointing. Where did Bottas finish in the end? Down in 11th. Yeah, he never recovered after that, getting stuck behind Ricciardo for so long in the wet, and then in the wet, and then just not being able to get past, and then both Mercedes cars dropping down substantially, getting held in the pits in the scramble from everyone going off inters onto hards. They couldn't get going again, but yeah, great for Pierre to jump ahead of Bottas, back up to 4th. He is now just 7 points off Sainz. He has gained significant points there, 25 points. Magnussen's 4 points moves him up 2 places as well, over Schumacher and Ricciardo. Into the Constructors' Championship, 43 points for Williams, just 1 off the maximum. Gets us our 3rd win of the season, and I think Gasly's 1st? No, Gasly's 2nd win. I think he won the 1st race of the season, didn't he? So yeah, we have a nice little lead at the top of the Constructors' Championship now. Russell earns himself a development point. He had an impressive race, 7 successful overtakes, 26 successful defences. He was mighty in defence again today. 30 failed overtakes, 6 failed defences. Gasly, an exceptional race, 14 successful overtakes, 14 successful defences, 20 failed overtakes, 6 failed defences. He was very impressive today. And again, good points and good growth for Behrman, picking up another 900 experience points. Onto the sponsors. We achieved the incentive for Q3. We didn't get the fastest lap in the end. It was pinched from us by Ricciardo in the dying laps. Performance guarantees, we did fail on the qualifying. I said we'd finish 2 in the top 3, and we had 2 in the top 4, 2nd and 4th in quali. So we lost out on that one, but we did go ahead and hit the finish position guarantee of a 1-2, which I didn't think was going to be possible halfway through the race. So very pleased with that one. We come out with an extra 5.2 mil. Our Tour Centre refurb is done. That should be at full spec again now. Let's go ahead and check the inbox. Telling us to improve the engine cooling on the car. That is something I definitely want to work on. Board very, very happy. Tour Centre is fully refurbed. We have 34 mil. Wow. So we could start refurbing these, but because we've got so much money, I kind of want to just get this done, and we've got enough to do it now. There we go. Finally locking in that final upgrade. That's going to take 134 days to do. It's going to be a long time. Let's see when that does actually unlock. Let's check the calendar. There we go. So we'll get that in the middle of September, just before the Singapore Grand Prix. That's going to be useful for a little bit of extra research in the closing stages of the season. See if we can get an even better car next year. We're 11 days away from the next Grand Prix. Let's have a look at points. We obviously have a point for George. Let's go ahead and get him up to 90 on braking. And that actually boosts his overall rating up to an 89 as well. Very nice. As for Pierre, he is about halfway to another point. Ollie has a point as well. Again, we're going to put that in his braking. Let's check our staff. Resta is 3 weeks away. Tondi is just a few days away, so he will have another point before Spain. And our engineers, Josh is almost there, and so is Pierre, so they will both have a point before the next Grand Prix as well. Do we have anything coming for the car before Spain? No, we're a long way off. 47 days. What is in 47 days? That's the wind tunnel. There's the new rear wing. That's going to drop before Silverstone. Okay. And it's going to drop right at the end of the ATR period. That's excellent. So we'll have engineers freed up right at the start of the next ATR period too. So that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. A really, really great race for Gasly, getting his season back on track with his second win after some poor results in earlier races, is getting him back into the title picture, and his performance enabled us to get a 1-2 and open up a nice little lead over Red Bull in the Constructors. We're up to 143 points over 116 for Red Bull. That puts us 27 points clear. Yes, 27 points clear. So it's very close between Red Bull and Ferrari as well, just 1 point in it between those two teams. So yeah, a lot of exciting stuff, and once again a lot of close racing going on throughout the field. The rain obviously kind of changed things a little bit with the pit stops. It broke up the field a bit, but in a dry race and in dry quali, again, we are seeing cars being very close to each other in terms of pace, and that is exciting for the rest of the season. We're going to have some great racing, I think, for, all throughout the rest of the calendar year. And we will see how we do in Barcelona next Friday. I will be back on Monday with the next instalment in our Haas career, and then Tuesday will be the return of Challenge Mode, where we go back to Aston Martin. So until then, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.